Oh, is it live?
I think so.
Is it on? It's on.
It's time.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Jason and it's Eric from Mavidia Technology Group. How's it going, Jason?
Great.
So
Beautiful day.
we're standing here in front of this really sweet wall that looks really cool. What do you think?
It's pretty nice.
The latest addition to Mavidia Technology Group's decor here at the office, and we've got a little video we're going to post here, I don't know, maybe today or tomorrow, that kind of talks about it. So I can't wait to show you what we've got going on behind us, a little new feature that you'll have to come out and see. But today we're talking about a topic that I've heard you mention to me a number of times recently, and it really kind of, I wondered how it might impact the people that follow us online and that are trying to use their website and their internet marketing strategy to create more business. Okay, and so you've made the comment that, Eric, ranking #1 on Google or high up on Google, it's just not enough anymore.
Right. A couple of reasons. So, just getting to the top of Google is part of your journey, I guess. You have to make sure that you stay that way because your competition is always trying to get there too. You know, and also getting to the top of Google or getting, you know, on the first page or whatever isn't enough by itself. You know, you need to have a website that looks halfway decent.
Yeah.
To, you know, even if you're found, it doesn't mean they're going to call you.
Right.
Versus your competition. Your site needs to at least be on the level of your competition, if not better. Two, you need to look good online. You know, even if you're found, people are going to research it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to type in your name, maybe look for reviews. If you don't have any reviews, you better get some. And then, you know, again, it comes back to competition. Your competition is always trying to get there and get above you.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can supplement by, you know, running Google Ads as well as, you know, being on the first page.
So you wrote an article on this that, look at this, lots of information, lots of words. I know it's backwards. You can't read it on the camera, so you're going to have to tune in to the blog and check this out. We're going to post this to the blog, right, Kim? Is that it?
Eventually.
She says yes. Anyway, so we'll put this out there, but I just read it, and it kind of crystallizes some things for me that I wanted to draw out for the people that are watching. So you talked about competition.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's a fantastic point. And the thing that you maybe forget about is that everyone's trying to use the internet to win. They're trying to use the internet to create more business. And if you're a landscaper, as an example, you know, you're not the only one thinking about this. The other landscaper down the street and across town, they're thinking about it too.
Yep. And
Right?
there's only so many spots on the first page.
Okay, so talk about that a little bit.
So, you know, it's definitely a lot harder than it used to be. You know, years back, you could do a few things and get on page 1, get at the top, and, you know, you could be there solidly for a long time
Those were the days.
without worrying about it.
Our job was a lot easier back
It
then.
was. So now, with this becoming mainstream and more people know about it and know that, you know, you got to do it if you want to be seen online, you got to keep on top of things. And, you know, a good example of, you know, keeping on top of things, you know, we always tell our clients to, you know, never stop using our services, you know, for obvious reasons, because it's not a set it and forget it. You can't just get ranked on page 1 of Google and say, okay, cool, I'm there, I don't need you guys anymore.
Done.
You know, prime example.
Catch you later.
A good client we had a few years back, they were ranking at the top for tons of very valuable keyword phrases, lots of volume, and thought that they didn't need to spend that money with us anymore. Well, they stayed there for a while, but as Google algorithms change, you know, the way that they look at your website pages and decide where they want to rank them, you know, that changes on a regular basis. And they fell off the face of the earth, you know, to put it bluntly, in Google. You know, they were slipped down to the second page, slipped down to the third page, and their traffic dropped to almost nothing.
And then at that point, they're digging out of the hole,
So
right? Which makes it even more
They came
challenging.
back to us last year, and it took a lot of work, probably 6 months. We had to pretty much double up on everything. You know, another thing that I see, it's kind of a side thought, another reason to keep up on things. So sometimes people who design websites aren't familiar with internet marketing tactics.
That
And
happens
you
a
can
lot.
get a site redesign. You know, not us, of course, because I work closely with our designers, but you can have your site redone or get a new website and it can look awesome. But you know what? Anything that you did before or anybody that helped you before to increase the rankings of that site, all that work can go down the drain really fast if that person who does your site doesn't know the side of things.
Yeah, most of them are designers and not necessarily marketers.
Right.
And being a marketer even is a different thing than being a search engine marketer, right? So there's multiple layers that are involved in that in designing a winning recipe. The thing that really caught me, that really crystallized it for me once was I was at a conference and I was talking to, it was for a specific industry, and that industry was, I got to talking to different people that were using the search engines to market themselves and doing internet marketing. And I was talking to a table full of them, and almost every one of them were paying somebody to help them win. And I said, I wonder if your competition in your local community, if they're paying someone to help them win. And one guy said, oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody's paying for help. And now, so it's who are we paying, which vendor are we paying to help us, and that has the best strategy, that has the most experience, who understands the best. And it really like brought that home to me, because I was going, oh wow, this is a competitive landscape now that you have to get right. And even if you pay someone, right?
You better make sure that they know what they're doing.
Better make sure, right.
Because it can hurt you more than help you.
Absolutely.
And for long term.
So you mentioned on the second bullet, I was struck by search engine updates. That was really the second thing that, you know, as I'm reading that, I'm going, oh man, have things changed? I remember back in the day when I was doing search engine marketing, I literally can just add some keywords, some meta tags to the page, and boom, the next day my client was like ranking #1.
Yeah.
And they thought I was a genius. They were like, oh, this is great, it's magic, right? And it is magic actually, but it's so much more complex.
It's not that easy. There's over 200 different ranking factors now, and Google is constantly adjusting that algorithm which ranks your site.
Pulling the rug out from under you. I tell people that it's like Google decides they want to do something different, and they go, whoosh, everything you used to do is different
And
now.
things that worked well now, they could change next week and actually penalize you for certain things that they liked at one time, but next week they don't like, and now you're going to get penalized
Now
for
you're
it.
penalized.
So it takes constant work and constant study for us to keep up on things.
Yeah, it's-
And unfortunately, they don't come out straight, you know, point blank and tell you, hey, it needs to have this, this, and this.
Yeah.
It's very gray area. They won't tell you exactly
It's-
what
it's
they
a
want.
secret, right?
There's
And-
lots of testing and lots of analyzing, and you know, they don't want people to game the system. That's why they change it all the time.
And that's why they're changing it, and that's why they don't come out and say, hey, Jason, we know you're in the industry. We're going to change these few things so you can help your clients. They like keep you in the dark on purpose, and then you have to go out and figure that out.
Yep.
So that's why constant staying on top of it, being on top of that game and understanding is incredibly important. And if your service provider, if you are paying someone and your service provider isn't actively doing that, then you are falling behind, and you run the risk of getting penalized.
Yep.
So third thing is all those external factors. You know, it's a complex recipe, and so there's like what we used to call on-page and off-page factors that influence how you're positioned online. But those external factors that play into this, talk about that a little bit.
So some external factors, a big part of the ranking algorithm has to do with external links pointing to your website.
Right.
So, you know, say you publish a really great article and somebody decides to post it on their website because they liked it, and it has a link back to your site. You know, that could change down the road. They could decide that they're cleaning up their website and they get rid of articles.
Right.
You lose those links, or maybe it's something that you know, talk to them about and said, hey, I've got some great content I can give you. You know, can I just give it to you? You publish it to your blog, and in return, all you want is a link back to your site. There are guest post type sites where you can contribute to. You can contribute an article to Entrepreneur. If they publish it, it has a link to your site.
Yeah.
Well, that can change. Their websites can change. They can decide they wanted to scrap old content, and that obviously will affect you.
Yeah.
That's just one of the big things with off-page, but it's the most important.
It is, and there's so many others. There's so many others, and the recipe for each business, each client of ours, I know is sometimes very different. Mm-hmm. And so you have to craft that specific recipe around what they're doing, around their competitive landscape, around their industry, and so on and so forth. So there's just a lot of extra stuff. We can do a whole day series on just all those external factors. But the point of this is that gone are the days of okay, I'm performing well on Google, and that's all there is to it. I'm done after that. It's so much more complex. It's so much. There's so many more factors that go into search engine, or that go into internet marketing success for a small business, mm-hmm. and it changes every day, right? It's like I can't tell you how many times Jason knows I'm kind of a fan of this stuff because I used to do it, and so he'll come over and he'll say, "Hey, Eric, you'll never believe what they just did, or this new technology, or this different out." And I'm like, man, how do you win consistently? And the point is, you have to have someone knowledgeable to help you through the forest.
The job is never done.
Right. So if you're out there and you want to use a search engine to help grow your business, generate traffic to your website, and that result in new clients, new customers, you got to find a partner. Obviously, it's what we do here at Movidia Technology Group, and we've done it for a long time. We have some incredibly smart people like Jason who really bless our clients with the knowledge that they have and the experience. So many of our team have been doing this a really long time, so we've understood the growth and the evolution.
Yep.
And we could parlay that into helping you with success for your business. So if you need any help, give us a call. We'd love to chat with you a little bit. Watch for this article, because it's a great read and it's something that you need to keep in mind, and maybe even show your service provider, right? Maybe this is a great accountability sheet where you can say, hey, are you helping me with these things, or what do you think about these things? And so it gives you some extra, intel, ammunition to have that conversation. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today. This is Jason. He's the smart one. I'm Eric. I'm the one that talks a lot. We'd love to have you. Thank you for hanging out with us a little bit, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye. Smiley face.